All right, guys, we'll get started. Even if people come on late, that'll be fine on that one. Hopefully, you can hear me okay. Right now, what I'm going to do is if you have any questions, we can wait till the end. We'll chat about it, whatnot. I'll try to get through this stuff very quickly. That way, again, we can get to that kind of one-on-one conversation stuff. You see by now, if you were on the orientation beforehand, yes, I have changed. It's pretty hot when you're presenting. And I got kids running around all over the place, whatever it is what it is. So I'll just talk about this quick. So this is my name. I am Dean McLeod, and I am new to Westside. I'm actually new to friggin' Texas in general, coming from Los Angeles. So I was a former social science government teacher in Compton. Surprisingly, I know what you're thinking, but yep, the Compton. I loved it there, had a great time, but I've always wanted to get in administration and be a principal superintendent, and it was just, career path change, and got a call, so wanted to apply, and so now I'm here at Westside, and I'm really enjoying my time. It was interesting, get used to the heat, but welcome to that. This is a little bit about myself. So this is my second career. This is not my first career. I was in intelligence and counterterrorism for a long time, and then I got stabbed in the neck, unfortunately. So when you do meet me in person, you'll see a giant scar here. That ended my career in that one because I did develop PTSD, sadly, with that. So it was best to change careers. Luckily, I chose education, and I've loved it ever since. It's a great thing for me. So when you see me always energetic and stuff like that, it's because I almost died and should have died. I actually have Teflon holding my artery together. So I'm pretty lucky to be alive, which is why I'm always so excited to be here. About myself, I'm a cyclist and golfer. I do referee with USA Rugby, so I travel the country on the weekends outside of COVID doing that. Those are my three little kids that drive me insane, but it is what it is. That's my wife, Raquel. And I do love the podcast, which is a lot of fun. If you can't tell by now, I love podcasting. It's a lot of fun. And of course, I love the Dodgers. I don't have a choice. So, I had to put them in there. That just pictures family and stuff like that. Again, those are the kids. We have Vincent V, because I'm Vincent Malcolm McLeod IV. So white people just rename their kids numbers. So it's Vincent Malcolm McLeod V, Malcolm Vincent McLeod, the little one, and then Victoria Ava McLeod, the one that is 21 years old, even though she's only, I think she's 9 or 8.5. I don't know. Just don't tell my wife. Something like that. This is kind of from Compton time. So I was a very different teacher in that one. They hired me to be hey, get involved in ed tech and bring us stuff so we can put it in the classroom. So we had giant whiteboards. The whole walls were whiteboards, as you can tell there. So I took a lot of principles that I use in intelligence over to the classroom in that one. I was an ed tech lead, so I was sent to Google and YouTube to learn things. So I kind of bring a lot of that to there. So I'm really excited to be at Westside. I did run for city council. My wife ran for mayor. So that was a lot of fun doing that. We had virtual prom. And someone last year in Art 4. So that was pretty cool, but just thought I'd put it there. That's about me. Ways that you stay connected. So we do Instagram, of course. Who doesn't, right? So I do put a lot of stuff there. I like doing social things too, so it's a great way to stay in contact with me. So you can DM me there. No problem. I had a lot of students do that in Compton. It just made it easier. Twitter for all you old people. We do have Spotify because we do a podcast. And then I do have a YouTube channel where I have put things and you can see the videos and stuff. Very instructional ways to help you with it. Kind of 21st century stuff in that one. Now let's get to the fun stuff, right? I'll really go through this quick because you guys are juniors, so I can get to kind of the stuff that you might, personally what I want you to do in that one. So we do know in order to graduate, you do need 26 credits. Okay, so that's the goal in that one. One class equals 0.5 credits. So basically, if you have an English class for semester 1 and semester 2, that's 1 point. Where if you just have health class, that's 0.5 because it's only a semester class. So just be thinking about that when you're taking stuff, right? It is on the 4x4 schedule. We know that. So every year you do need to have one of these unless you have doubled up, but you have to have 4 years of each of these in order to graduate, meet graduation Texas requirements in that one. Additional courses, we know you need 2 language, 1 fine art, 1 PE or equivalent if you play a sport, 1 class of health, and then 5.5 class points of electives, which could be a whole bunch of things, your pathway stuff, things like that. So we do just want to make sure we're that. By now you should probably be at 18 credits. If you're not, I have had some requests from people hey, I'm only at 17, whatnot. Then we can look at that and see maybe one of your summer school things didn't drop over or you're not getting credit. But no offense, as long as you're not at 10 right now and you're in your junior year, you're okay. As long just be within 15 to 18 points credits right now, you should be okay in that one, and we can get you going. But you'll be fine. I haven't seen anyone too bad. This is kind of the reason why I push people for AP, and even when I was an educator in Compton, I would push the same thing. Not so much for, you want to learn more. I think you should always learn, and you learn every day in life, so you don't need class for that. But AP will give you that extra boost, right? So if you're doing well in an AP class, your GPA theoretically does go up. right? So for me, it's kind of a game changer, and I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I'm going to have you for 2 years now. College is super, how do I say this? Everyone, I've been told by academic advisors at colleges that, hey, look, Vince, everyone is 4.0s. So we need people, that's the expectation, plus extracurriculars. Now, so to get that high GPA, for me, AP classes is really the way to go. If you don't take prep, just make sure you do really well in prep because you don't get that extra boost in that one. GPA points here, so you just take that, divide it out, but honestly, I give it to you anyways, so you're totally fine on that one. Attendance is important because if you do have too many absences, you can lose credit. So if we look at the screen right here, it is going to show that the particular class on the right here, there were too many unexcused absences for those 2 classes. So notice they were enrolled in 7 total credits. They're only going to get credit for 5.5 because they had unexcused absences that tallied up to truancy to kind of, pretty bad stuff on that one. So people say, yeah, I still did the work. Yeah, but you didn't show up. And unfortunately, according to attendance policies with Texas Education Agency, you have to show up on that one. So if you ever have any issues, really work with me and I can work with you on that one. If you're having issues at home, whatever it is, it's my job to really create that relationship with you to help you out on those things. So, but I can't help you out if I don't know right in that one. So just be mindful of that one. Schedules are live now, so we are changing things right now. That'll actually get to my last point in a second, so I'll talk about that quickly. Juniors now, you guys may be applying early to college and maybe applying to jobs, internships, apprenticeships, whatever it is. I do this for juniors and seniors specifically, so I do write letters of recommendation, and I write personal ones. I don't just write, oh, dear Johnny is amazing, blah, blah, blah. Like, I really tailor it to what you want. So you have to be working with me on that one on the web page. There'll be a slot there where you can ask me for it, and then I really go through your transcripts and I try to make you a really good letter of recommendation, because I do know from working in a different field before, letters of recommendation are taken very seriously outside of your resume, and the more someone talks you up, the better chance you'll have of getting it at that one. So questions and answers, what I'm going to ask you to do is in the chat function there, you should see 2 links that I posted about 218. One is a forums and one is a Jamboard. If while I'm talking at some point you can fill out the forums, that's just a way for me to get personal information so I can learn you, right? Because I'm coming halfway through your time, so I really want to be the best dean possible for you, and I need to know about you guys, right? Instead of just your name and number and what classes you take. Second one is Jamboard, and I'll get into that in a second, but you can have that open for yourself. So the webpage, we do have a webpage here, so I built this and I'm still working on it, putting things out. So you can always go here for everything that we need, because again, my goal is, I know today we live in a 24/7 environment. I'm not always awake 24/7, even though I seem like I am. I'm not, trust me. But I want you to have access, because I think one of the frustrating points about living today is the fact that no one's available, or like, oh, I got to wait till I get up at 8 to do it. No, you should be able to get everything you need here, and then when I'm up, I can process it or whatnot, or I can do it from my other office and room or something like that. But I did want you to see this here, kind of this graphic that we're looking at, scheduling. These are the 5 things that I really, as a dean of student, is my job to help you with and what I want to do. So, of course, scheduling, academic guidance are the typical ones dean of students do. The 3 on the right aren't maybe as formalized, but for me, it very much is. So social emotional development. So if you ever have issues with anything, not so much discipline, because I'm not really here for discipline, even though I do have to do it if you need it, but I doubt any of you do. But I really want to help you guys be your best person in that one. And there are a lot of things you're going to go through your junior year. I do have a lot of time with this, going through PTSD, depression, anxiety, from being stabbed in the neck. It was a lot on me. I learned a lot and still do therapy groups, things like that help out. And I work with people, most importantly, on it. So I really am a good listener in that one and kind of helping you realizing for yourself. I'm not going to give you the answer always, if ever, but it's kind of a way to work with you on things. I do want to help you for your future. That's a big thing that I said when I came in education from my first career for 10 years, is that I want to help students get ready, because a lot of times we're not preparing you guys correctly. We're doing good in class, but we're not getting you ready for what life is in that one. So I'm here for that. Professional guidance, things like that you want to look at, I'm here for you. And then if you do have tech needs, I am a certified Google trainer, YouTube, everything. So if you ever have issues, please feel free to reach out to me. EdTech is kind of the stuff that I do on the side, so I'm here to help you. West side just goes there. You can come to this and you can see the virtual learning page. There's a lot of stuff you can click around. Dean McLeod, this talks about me again. Your parents can look at it. Shows some of the cool things I've done in Compton. A few of the things I got paid to write a lesson plan. That's pretty fun. So you can look at that stuff. Your parents do have something where if they ever want to contact me, you can tell them, hey, go to Dean McLeod's webpage. It's on his email there. And they just fill this out and they would send it to me and we can talk through that way. Scheduling, this is where a few of you have probably already done this. I actually know, because I've had probably like 30 requests already, and I'm working on them. This is where you would go for your student schedule change. So again, here, this is not because you want to change, like, oh, I want that teacher instead. No, it's a needs-based change, meaning I didn't do a lot of schedules. The computer algorithm did a lot of them before I even got here. They did like their core classes and then kind of mix things around, and it was my job to come in and clean it up. Some of them weren't the best, so by all means, fill out the schedule request form. More than likely, I'll approve it, right? I need you to be honest when you're writing down here your reason for change and why. Don't just say because I want to. I need a little more than that because I have to have justification for changing it. So the more you're honest with me, the easier it is. These are some great videos that I've used before that if you need kind of help, I'm like, what am I doing? What should I take? How do I focus? A lot of these will help you here. And then these particular ones kind of give you advice for that. The last one is students. I'm really generating this page right now, working on it. So this is the contact form, and then just kind of videos to help get you in the mood, because I know it's not always starting the school year is tough, and then throwing COVID right now, it's really difficult. I totally get that. So I'm just trying to provide as many resources as possible for you to stay connected with me and to grow, because I want you guys to be the best possible people that you can be leaving Westside in that one.